know exactly what we're going to shoot. We know exactly where we're going to put the camera. We know all the different pieces we need to make it work.
It had to look random, sometime candid.
Sort of like subconsciously you just think the guy forgot to turn off the camera and he's not paying attention.
Like renegade YouTube movie making.
Some guy to my party?
There's no coverage in this movie, there's no close-ups, there's no turning around and relighting the other side.
The normal film, you would allow time to do a number of lighting setups.
Because there's always a place that's a better angle for the light and all that kind of stuff. But in our case, the set was basically an environment. Michael would light an environment, and within that environment, then we'd be able to shoot all day.
The idea that Matt was trying to create that cinema verite, that feel of a real situation, requires planning. Like, we're not just going to show up on the location and kind of shoot.
We would come in and we would rehearse the camera before the even actors come in. We would rehearse for sometimes several hours, and then we would rehearse with the actors, and then we would finally shoot, and it may be 4 to 5 hours into the day before we even rolled any film at all.
Unlike other movies I'd been on where basically you'd be able to sit there and relax as they were lighting, and in this case, we were constantly shooting, and that was very different for the actors, and I think a real challenge.
Because everything is done in one shot, we have to constantly be on, and you're doing 40, 50 takes of this stuff.
Every time something happened that was not planned, that was spontaneous, we felt it would add to the authenticity of the experience.
In order for it to feel real and like we're documenting something that's actually happening, you can't have the camera set up and ready to get that explosion.
It's kind of like get there late, you know, miss stuff.
We're always trying to swing, catch it just at the very end, and maybe not catch the frame. And then when you whip back to a character's reaction, you catch maybe half of their head is out, and then you find them.
Me right here. That's what makes it look real. Get close.
If I'm filming you and the camera's, you know, more or less parallel to the ground, it seems like I'm paying attention to the framing. But the minute I go like that, it looks like I'm talking to you. And so I can frame you and I push you off to the side, maybe only see one eye, or just, you know, cut your ear off there.
You know, we had terrific camera operators, and they went through tremendous, strenuous work on the film.
We went through 3 or 4 cameras.
4 cameramen we went through. It's a tough job.
A lot of what they would have to do is make certain shots feel as if the camera was much, much lighter than it was. And it was a very, very grueling process.
We just got done doing a scene where we actually threw the camera up in the air to simulate camera falling. I did scenes with the camera hanging around my neck. The shooting style is to miss more than we catch on camera.
What did you see? You said it was alive? What was it?
Once you see something and you can put it in a box and put it inside the movie frame, it becomes less scary.
If you watch Jaws, if you watch Alien, those movies use not seeing the creature, not seeing the shark, as a way to increase the tension and make the terror that much more real and deeply felt.
Even though it could be considered an absurd situation or a fantastical situation, we want it to seem as real as possible.